And we are live on a Monday. Happy Monday to you and yours, and welcome to it. It is another exciting episode of Clinical Monday, the best way to begin a healthy week. My name is Nkosi. Behind the scenes, making sure that we are well produced. It is Happy Phaleng, and today, courtesy of Oram Pop in Tshwane, we have yet another social worker to help us dissect another clinical topic. And today we are looking at stigma and non-stigma. What is it? What does it look like? Do you have any questions? Please make sure that you send all those through. We are live on Oram Pop's Facebook page. Also on X, it is @in_health with the hashtag Clinical Monday. And joining us to help us dissect this, it is Skhumbuzo. I don't want to butcher their last name. How do I say your last name?
Gqaliwe.
Skhumbuzo Gqaliwe joins us for this one. So thank you so much for your time, and Skhumbuzo, thank you so much for yours.
Thank you so much.
How are you feeling?
I'm well, thanks. And how are you?
I mean, it's a Monday.
Yes. A beautiful Monday.
A beautiful Monday.
Yes.
We are talking about stigma and non-stigma. So a lot of people would think that, not necessarily that stigma is not important, but perhaps they might not even understand what stigma is. Let's break it down. What is stigma?
Oh, okay. So stigma, it's negative attitudes or beliefs about an individual or a group of people. So it's more of a preconceived opinion about a person, which comes with a labeling of that person to be belonging to a particular group that is socially unacceptable. So a typical example of a stigma is when you believe that someone deserves to be HIV positive because of their life choice. Or a certain group of people is only affected by HIV and others are not.
Got you.
Or someone who is taking steps to prevent themselves from getting HIV, that person is also stigmatized.
Yeah. So stigma really does exist, I guess, also outside of HIV, but it would be predominantly, but it would be more dominant in HIV, in the sort of like HIV space, because we are dealing with the virus and we're dealing with people who, like you said, it's a perception, so who don't really understand. But I think sometimes they understand, but who are really ignorant to the people that are HIV positive or how this, the virus then passes around. Can you, I think you gave us examples. How does then stigma affect us in terms of the progress of fighting HIV? You look at what you said, you look at somebody who is not mentally, physically, emotionally strong to deal with the negative perception. How doesn't that then hinder us, in terms of the strides that we've made in fighting HIV?
Yes. Yeah. So because stigma, it's vast. So, but for the purpose of where we are, it's stigma. It's health stigma.
Yeah.
So it affects the mental well-being of a person. It affects their emotional well-being. So usually a person who has stigma, most importantly self-stigma, that person internalize stereotypes and negative beliefs about HIV. So a person, when they have those feelings, they tend to feel isolated. They have feelings of shame, and they also have feelings of despair.
I got you.
So it affects them and how they access HTS services, HIV testing services and treatment. So they might not come to the clinic because they fear of stigma or being discriminated against.
And also it could be adherence. I mean, they would not want to adhere to medication. Exactly. I mean, if they then tend to internalize all that and believe it, so them reacting to adherence or positively to adherence, then it might hinder them because of the kind of perceptions that they have. And then what kind of interventions are there to deal with the stigma surrounding HIV?
Oh, okay. So there are a lot of interventions that are in place. Firstly, we do outreach campaigns. We teach people about HIV and how they can prevent themselves from getting HIV. And also when it comes to us as workers or employees, health professionals, we make sure that we are sensitized so that we don't stigmatize our clients, especially within key populations. And also there are anti-stigma policies, which gives our clients an opportunity to to report stigma when they see that they are being stigmatized.
Yeah. I got you. What are some of the things that you dealt with when it comes to stigma? I mean, it can be health stigma, it can be non-health stigma, and what are some of the examples that you've sort of experienced? Well, not real examples, but some of the experiences that you've had when it comes to that. We're taking your comments on the comment section below. Also, www.popin.org gives you the behind the scenes. And if you want to look at the library of conversations that we've been having ever since Clinical Monday has started, make sure that you go onto our YouTube channel to learn about these topics and more. Skhumbuzo, we spoke a lot about stigma, but what would then be non-stigma? Or I wanted to say the opposite of stigma, but what would be non-stigma?
Non-stigma.
Yeah. Or something that is not stigma. I mean, if stigma is perception, I guess also maybe let's say how do we deal with it? How do we deal with the stigma? I mean, we've spoken about it being a challenge. How do we deal with stigma or people that are experiencing stigma? Hope my question is clear. Yeah.
Okay. So here in our facility, we do have psychosocial counseling for people. We have counseling sessions. We have psychologists. If people, our K-pop, are feeling stigmatized, we make sure that we provide them with psychologists. We do have one-on-one counseling sessions, or if it's a couple, we also do couples counseling. Yes.
Do you think that it's ignorance or lack of information?
A bit of both.
Yeah.
A bit of both, because other people are not knowledgeable about things that they are saying. They are stigmatizing other people. Others do them knowing very well that they are stigmatizing. But people will choose what they say.
Got you.
So it's a bit of both.
Yeah. I want to say, how do we then assist clients? I think you've sort of like touched that in terms of the counseling that is provided in terms of the facility. So that would be dealing with stigma, especially for somebody that is experiencing it. But then, and I think we did, because my last question was going to be, can stigma then affect adherence? And I think in the beginning of the conversation, we sort of like answered that. For somebody who has not, it's a follow-up question or last question rather, for somebody who is experiencing stigma but has not had the pleasures of maybe coming to a facility, what is it that they can do themselves to empower themselves back to deal with the negative perception or to deal with the negative thoughts that it might be caused by stigma? How do we empower that person who's dealing with it?
Okay. So one thing that's good about our facility, we do have core group members, people that are in the community to assist people that they feel that they are alone or they don't have any help. So we also have outreach campaigns whereby we go out and assist clients that are out there who do not know where to access our services. So it's very important for people, anyone who is watching this, Pop-In is found all over. We do our outreach campaigns. If you want to be part of the campaign, go to our outreach. People are there. Core group members are also there to assist if you want to talk. We are also available on Twitter. You can follow us. You can DM us there. We are happy to assist.
Most definitely. Man, that wraps up the conversation on stigma. How did you feel about it? I hope it has sort of like helped you to sort of deal with the, I want to say, negative thoughts that, have been caused by stigma, especially if you're living with HIV and also for part of the LGBTQ, or what is then referred to as people, or rather key population. So I hope you took a thing or two on this conversation, and we are wrapping it up. Skhumbuzo, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it. I'm going to see you on I did say on the previous one that we're going to be talking about stigma. So maybe on the next one, we're taking you, I don't know. But then we'll see you there. Until the next episode of Clinical Monday. Happy streaming. Bye.